Have you ever felt like your entire life has been a lie? Well, 9 times out of 10, you're starting to wake up and break out the matrix, aka you're starting to go through the stages of a spiritual awakening. Starting off with number 1, you no longer associate with the things that you used to. So everything that you are used to now, it no longer makes sense to you. And everything is so confusing because it's like, why do you not feel like you belong here anymore? Hello, you're no longer the same person. As if that wasn't hard enough. Number 2, it gets deeper. You'll start to lose your friends and your family that you once used to kick it with on a daily basis because they no longer match who you are energetically. That's when life starts to get difficult. Coming in with number 3, you're going to go through a stage of isolation, aka the dark night of the soul. It's just temporarily, but for a little bit, you'll have to be put alone because the universe wants you to focus on you. When you finally make it out of your worst nightmare, you're like, oh, the nightmare is over. You make it to the new version of you that no one recognizes because you actually become a whole new identity. The final stage. That's when you're going to have to learn how to deal with how you feel about those situations that you went through before your awakening and during your awakening. The universe, aka the Most High, is going to test you where you learn how to be alone and be a true warrior and walk that walk and talk that talk of everything that you came in and out of the forest with. You learned it, you earned it, you already know.
And if you hold a picture of them in your head for longer than like 9 seconds, you know what I'm saying, or longer, you're gonna call them, right? So your call is gonna be an electromagnetic pulse, which is your thought is a vibration, and it's gonna go to them. This is how you call somebody with your mind. Just hold a picture of them in your head and think about them for 9 seconds straight. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could be, I'm telling y'all that 9 for a reason. Just like how they told you do something 21 days, nigga, 21 days, it don't take 21 days to make it happen. Nigga, they told you that and you believed it, so that's why it works. So remember, it's what you believe. So like when you hold this picture of whoever you think about, right, in your head, the neurochemistry of our brain is impacted by what we think because the brain works on electromagnetic waves. So every thought, every word is an electromagnetic frequency. So when you think about somebody or something, you send a pulse out. So if you hold that thought, the longer the trick of it is this: the longer you hold the thought of that person, the stronger the pulse will be. So actually, if you say you think about somebody 5 minutes straight, they gonna really feel you calling them. You get what I'm saying? Say you think about them 10 minutes straight. So really, when you want to call them, I would think about a motherfucker 10, 20 minutes straight. I do it all the time. Let me try it. I'm gonna sit here and just focus on thinking about my mom for 10 minutes straight, and then I have to call them all the time. Never fails. You just didn't know exactly how to do it. So I'm telling you, the longer you hold that thought of whoever you think about, your mind gonna call them because your thoughts gonna send out electromagnetic waves. All right. So this is how you call somebody with your mind. All right. Now I need y'all to listen, because it ain't gonna do motherfuckers no good to be calling people if y'all ass ain't answering the phone. Okay? Y'all hear me? It's not gonna do you no good to call nobody if y'all ain't answering the phone, nigga. So this is how and this is the most important part. This is basic telepathy. This is how you receive a call, to know somebody's calling you with their thoughts. If you ever sitting there just chilling, right, and then you start thinking about a motherfucker out the blue, like what the fuck, they just pop on your mind. They are calling you with their mind. It's not no coincidence, nigga. You don't just think you don't think of people for no reason. Now you think of things for no reason, but you don't think of people for no reason. If a person comes into your mind, they are thinking about you, nigga. They're calling you with their mind, even if you don't know it. See, y'all never knew that. If you sitting there chilling, I don't care who it is. It could be a motherfucker you never seen before in years, nigga. They calling you. That's why you think about them. That's their thoughts knocking against your door, doop, doop, doop. And now you like, oh, I'm thinking about them. I wonder how they doing.
Nobody want to tell you that ignorance is the most important thing that you can do to manifest whatever it is that you want. No matter what, we're going to run into negative people, negative energies, and negative situations. You're going to have to learn what is called mental alchemy in order to turn that negative energy into positive experiences. The only way that you're going to do that is if you ignore every negative experience, every negative spirit, every negative energy that tries to enter your life in every way, shape, or form possible. Can't stop them from choosing negativity, but you can stop yourself from choosing negativity with them, because two wrongs don't make it right.
ignorant. So you do the right thing by being ignorant, because it's a thing. It's no one went to be ignorant and went not to be ignorant. Those people that chose negativity chose to be ignorant. You choose positivity by choosing to ignore what is negative. If anything negative is trying to get in your way, you just have to ignore the crap out of that shit. Like, gang, you are the proof. Whatever it is that you want to exist, it exists through you first. You have to exist as whatever it is that you want. So you have to ignore that shit. You have to turn your ignorance level up to the max. Use ignorance as your super ability to manifest whatever it is that you want. You know that these things are sent your way to make you crash out and to make you choose otherwise. You always have the power to choose what's inside of you instead of what's outside of you. Stop letting these negative human experiences get to us and make us feel small. The most powerful part is when we have source, when we have the power in us to create it, if we really wanted it to.
We were taught to be afraid of getting into our natural self because that's paganism. Herbalism is paganism. Right. You got crystals and you got stones and things, and you into these numbers. That's pagan. Right. You got to go to the church to get your healing, and you got to wait till you die to go to heaven. Right. But the book, I'm reading the book, and don't say that. Where is this in the book at? Right. I thought it said something about creating heaven on earth. I thought it said something about you can do more than I. Right. Once you realize that you've got to reach this divine state inside you, and once you reach that, they call it in Sanskrit the siddhi. You have to reach this divine state, right, where you are existing, right, by creating your outcome in your mind first. First in your mind, then feel it like it's already happened. Right. Feel like you are creating heaven on earth. Feel your body healing. Feel your organs regenerating. Right. I've had people who have healed just from thought. Right. I said, just focus on your leg, your knee, being better. I was reading the Bible, found the herbs and the crystals in the Bibles and the number sequences. Then I started looking at the Quran. I said, wait a minute, these are powerful books. And then the Bhagavad Gita. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute. They're telling us the code is right here of how to actually live the best life we could live. But we're missing it. My life changed. My skin changed. My hair came back because I was bad. If you saw pictures of me then, you would be like, this is not you. Right. But it was me living that life. Living the life for the city. You know, living for the city, like Stevie Wonder says? Yeah. People are living for the city. Yep. They're living for their friends, living for their religion and their beliefs, and they're not following the natural path. Yep. The natural path is a path of least resistance.
Who's more evolved? We're considering ourselves to be more evolved. But you look at the simians, they have 48 chromosomes. We only have 46. Where did that change occur? Where did we get this new understanding, and how did we lose two chromosomes?
Chromosome number 2 in the human body was pulled out, fused together, and then 2 telomere caps are put on each end. This happened around 200,000 years ago. Now, something else happened around that same time. We have this gene in us, this worship gene, which was inserted into the human genome. We know this now because scientists have actually found the worship gene. You can turn it on and they can turn it actually off. What? Yes, we have a worship gene.
Worship gene.
That's right. And so it makes us want to worship something outside of ourselves, when in true reality, we should find the power inside. And this was inserted by the Anunnaki. That's my opinion. That's my hypothesis.
Whether you want to call it the Anunnaki or some other influence that acted upon us, but there's been a change within our DNA and our structure. By 2045, there will be no males left on this planet. Because I know they're watching me right now, and they're mad at me.
Who's they?
Our entire world economy is based off of the politicians and the authorities that give the politicians their accreditation. And those authorities, those universities, are all based, their entire curriculum is based off the Platonic solids. We have a chance to fix, and most people can fix it, but they don't want you to do that because they need people to pass away. Why? Because of a thing called bisphenol, hard plastics, or phthalates. So they started putting it in polyester and all of these clothes. But as a result, what plastic does in those fine particles does in our body, estrogen is made from carbon. Testosterone has carbon attributes to it. Then the male's body produces testosterone and it fills those receptors. For the woman, the female's body, her ovaries produces estrogen, and they go and their body is now imbalanced. Phthalates, what it does, it mimics the estrogen. It mimics the testosterone inside those adrenal receptors. And so now the testes don't produce. And so men become effeminized. Females become masculinized.
Disease is not a disease at all. Now, if we're talking about disease as I'm sitting in this chair and I got to lean towards my mic and I feel a little discomfort in my neck, I would call that a disease. But sitting here calling herpes a disease, diabetes a disease, technically we cannot call them diseases. The body was miraculously made, as y'all hear me say all the time, and the Creator created our body with a self-healing mechanism called a sewage system, which is called the lymphatic system. So anytime you start experiencing any of these discomfort, we will run to the doctor because the doctor have taught us that these are symptomologies of diseases. But what happened if that's a lie? These are actually symptomologies of detoxification. And like, you can just take people through simple cold and flu-like symptoms to discover this. Like, for instance, if you cough, when you cough, they will give you a cough suppressant, right?
Yeah.
To suppress the cough deep within the bronchial tubes. But if you cough and you feel the physiology or the functionality of a cough, it's actually breaking up coagulated mucus within inside the respiratory system. So a cough is helping you expectorate and get rid of mucus. What about a sneeze? If you sneeze, hut, chew. If you put your hand in front of your mouth, you will actually feel the expectorants of particles come from your mouth and hand. So a sneeze and a cough, these are not symptomologies of flus. These are symptomologies of detoxification. What about skin diseases, skin disorders? If your kidneys is not working properly, the skin is known to be the biggest organ on the body. Not only that, it's the biggest eliminative organ on the body too. So if your skin, or you wake up with acne, pimples, psoriasis, and things like this is your skin working to defecate, because on a cellular level, you're not defecating properly, or your kidneys cannot break these things down through the lymphatic system, and you can't urinate it out through urea. So you can't give me no disease where I can't give you a different perspective on how to actually look at it. What's happening is these doctors in the allopathic community and these big old royal families that go back into the ancient Phoenician times, they have figured out a way to take over the world. And one of the ways to take over the world is through the allopathic community, because it makes billions and trillions of dollars a year. So if I can convince the population that God, natural ability and rights that he gave us of the body is to heal itself, if I can convince you that these are not symptoms of healing, but this is symptoms of your body being an enemy of itself, then you're going to do anything to eradicate that enemy.
Please, God, please make my life so much better. Oh my goodness, why is this happening to me? I'm waiting for you to make the change. Stop asking me, when is this shit going to happen? You need to make it happen. When you're praying, you're closing your energy palms, which is your ability to send and receive energy signals to everything around you. So you're disconnecting from God. And then you have to tilt your head. And don't you know that that right there is teaching you to put a spell on yourself? If you want to learn how to talk to God the right way, then you need to learn how to talk to yourself. God is a frequency. And that is why meditation works better than prayer, because meditation is the true form of prayer. Think of meditation like when you close your eyes and you actually express what you want without having to say a word. But prayer is all about asking for someone else to do the work for you.
No, I don't drink no water for 45 years. Water as you know it. I don't mess with blank shots. Yes, water only hydrates, but if I have coconut water, I am going to more than hydrate. I'm going to get minerals, vitamins, electrolytes. Yes, the original sports drink, coconut water, is full of it. Electrolytes. I get my electrical energy because coconut water is the most electrical food on the planet. It's the highest grown and it's 100% water. And if I can do it, at 76, not sick, 20/20 vision. My brain is expanding. I live where coconuts grow. Coconuts cannot grow in New York City, neither can I. Neither can I. I cannot grow where coconuts don't grow. So I'm here growing on coconuts, enjoying my coconut water in my milk rather than blank, empty, bottled water. We want structured water because I know that the 3 essential foods in life are sunshine, oxygen, and living water. And my link to the rest of the universe are the plants. Oxygen. I want to extract oxygen from my food. I want to extract sunshine from my food. Yes. I want to extract living water from my food. H3O, structured water. Don't give me the blank shots. Don't have me filling up my body with no 8 glasses of water a day. I have a limited capacity as to how much I can put into my body, and I want it to count. Oh yes, I want to live in an expensive body. Bless up.
This easy-to-read book is packed with information that enables the reader to intelligently embrace a lifestyle that works with the body's amazing ability to heal itself. The body can self-heal by its very design, and you can design a program that will enable the body to do the very thing it was made to do, heal itself.